In this video, I'm going to be sharing why you may have been manifesting the wrong things. And I'll be showing 3 questions that will get you closer to what it is you actually want to manifest. You see, when I first start working with clients, I'll usually hear one or more of these 3 things. I want to manifest more money. I want to manifest a dream partner into my life. Or I want to manifest a bigger, better career. Now, those aren't wrong in themselves, but they miss a key detail that I'm going to be sharing with you today. And I'm going to also be showing 3 questions that will get you closer to what it is you truly want to manifest. Because you see, what I see a lot is that clients will have created wonderful things like their vision board. They'll have scripted those things. They'll have attention to detail on things, but they won't know exactly why they want those things. And when you can uncover the layer deeper than just those things, you'll truly start to connect with the energy of attracting that to you by default. So in this video, we're going to cover the neurology of desire and why it is we're conditioned to want things. We're going to cover the neuroscience behind actually what's behind that will get you closer to what it is you truly desire. And I'll be sharing 3 questions that will deep dive you for success today in exactly what it is you want to manifest. If you're new here, hi, I'm Hanson. I'm the founder of Manifestation Pulse. And over the last 5 years, we've helped over 200 people transform their lives and become magnetic to their desires by default by using the Pulse method. And so today, I'm going to teach you that missing layer, because the problem isn't the thing that you want. The problem is the level at which you're holding it at. The neuroscience layer. You see, we are taught right back from our childhood to express desire in the form of things. If you think about some of your earliest childhood memories with the question, hey, what would you like for Christmas? Rather than, how do you want to feel? And that's important because we have grown up thinking that things equals success. And those things have followed us throughout the trajectory of our whole lives. And in our consumer culture, social media, this comparison culture only amplifies our apparent need for things. But actually, this also becomes ingrained in how we see the world too. We see success and failure in regards of things, not necessarily in regards of energy. But actually, there's 2 things you need to know here from a neuroscience perspective that will help you move forward. 1, your reticular activating system. This is your brain's filter because your brain actually processes 11 million bits of information per second, but it can only process 50. So it takes in 11 million bits of information, but it can only process 50. Your RAS, your reticular activating system, is what helps your brain decide what makes it through and is what you focus on versus what you leave out. And so the more and more you understand how to focus on the right things for it to filter, not things in terms of objects, but things in terms of those experiences, that feeling, that energy, the more you're going to be primed to bring that back to you, which is why it's so important to understand what it is exactly you want to manifest, not the thing, but the reason behind that thing, the energy that's driving that thing. Because once you connect to that, that is what you're going to attract back to you. And that, ironically, is going to almost guarantee that you have that thing by default. The second thing is your neuroplasticity. So your brain is a wonderful thing. It can be rewired because it has been wired already in a certain way. The stories you were told in childhood, the successes and failures you've had as an adult have all wired your brain in terms of certain beliefs. Those beliefs are limiting in some ways and expansive in others. And what's wonderful is that when you learn how to manifest properly from an identity level, you will be rewiring your brain around the version of that person you want to be, who naturally attracts those things. Manifestation isn't about attracting things into your life. It's about becoming the version of you who attracts those things in as a natural consequence. So let's look at that in more detail. Let's say at the moment, you think what you want is more money. So the object is the figure. Let's say it's $1 million. Let's say it's $10 million. But money itself is not what you want to manifest. It's the experience of money. It's the outcomes of money. What do you want to do with that $10 million? Now you might say, yes, I want to buy a house, I want to buy a car. Okay. But who is the person that carries that money? What do they do? How do they feel? How do they think? That's the identity layer that's missing at the moment. And that's the feature that we're going to focus on today with these 3 questions coming up. The identity from a money perspective is the person who operates from abundance rather than lack. If you think about the perfect partner, well, you can't attract the perfect partner without being the person who naturally attracts that person in. So what is it about that perfect partner? Think about that person. Is it even just that person? Or is it what they represent? Is it the family? Is it the adventure? Is it the sense of camaraderie? This is the layer that you need to think about, because energetically, like will always attract like. So for you to start thinking beyond the object, the thing, holds the key to you bringing that into your life. Or finally, a better career. So often people say to me, I want this particular job or this particular title. But when we do the work through Pulse, what we discover is actually the thing was the final piece of the puzzle. It was the reason, the driver of that thing. Was it more status? Was it more security? Was it more control of their lives? Now, there's a free assessment of this in the Pulse method that I'll link below in the description for you to do for free to start to understand where exactly you're stuck. Because once you uncover that, you will see very clearly the pathway ahead to become magnetic to your desires. You see, when you manifest at the object level, you're giving your brain a very single delivery route. You're saying it's that thing and that thing only. But when you look at it from an energetic perspective, from an experience perspective, well, then you're giving your brain a whole map to go at. And it will start to rewire the things that you experience, your intuition, the ideas, the actions that you take, because you're giving it so much more than just a singular, narrow route to success. So what are the 3 questions you can ask yourself today, right now, to start to understand what it is you truly want to manifest? I use these with my clients right at the start of working together to get really deep about what it is they truly want. And I would encourage you to get a journal out at this stage and do the exact same thing. Question 1. Who would you be if you already had it? You see, this question takes you from object thinking to identity thinking. And this is so important because it starts to move you beyond the thing that you want to the person you'd be. So who would you be if you already had it? Let's go back to our early example. Let's say you had $10 million in your bank account today. Who are you? Who is the person that carries that money? How did that money arrive in their account? It wasn't just from winning the lottery. It wasn't just a random lucky experience. Who's the person? What do they do? What are the rituals they inhabit? What time do they get up? What do they read? Think about the person who already has it and what exactly they do. I'm not asking what they do. I'm also asking who they are at a fundamental level. And that's what I want you to think about. Question 2. What would you no longer tolerate if you were the person who already had it? Now, see, identity work isn't just about the things that we want or the person that we want to be. Part of being that person and becoming that identity is also understanding our boundaries. What is it we say no to? So this question is actually really important because it reveals the things that are currently in your life that may be unintentionally or you're unconscious of how much it is actually draining you from an energy perspective. Now, this can be quite an emotional question, but it does create urgency. It's one of those things that essentially asks, what wouldn't you tolerate anymore as this version of you? And it brings to life some surprising and insightful things. So I'll answer that right now. What wouldn't you tolerate as the person who already had it. You see, as an example of that, if you're someone that wants financial freedom, you won't tolerate work that disrespects your time. If you are someone who really wants to manifest a dream partner, well, you wouldn't tolerate someone who isn't emotionally available or actually would abuse you in some way, mentally, emotionally, or another way. You know, the person who trusts their own value doesn't need validation from someone else. Question 3. This is my favorite one. What would that version of you today already be doing that they're currently not doing? This question is actually my favorite because it's a direct look in the mirror to say, you already carry so much of the energy, maybe you're not aware of how much of the energy of the future you, the person you want to be, that you already carry. But this is the bridge from insight to embodiment. This is the bit that converts a simple visualization into a signal that your brain can start to actually work on. So remember we talked about neuroplasticity. So neuroplasticity is driven by regular behavior. So what would that version of you today do that you're currently not doing? Literally now, today. What is that embodied action? And some of those things can be really small shifts. So it might be something like, if you want financial freedom, you find small and then larger ways to stop spending money frivolously. It might be that if you're after your dream healthy lifestyle, that you stop ordering a takeaway every 2 or 3 days. It might be that actually, if you want that dream career, that instead of spending a half an hour on television, you're spending 20 minutes to understand who in your network can start to grow where exactly you want to be. It's these small embodied decisions that you can take today that this question starts to really give you a mirror to. Because you don't wait to become that person. People often think of manifestation as this really long, elongated process. But the time is up to you. The time is ultimately about how long does it take for you to release some of your old identity patterns, to really understand what it is exactly you want to manifest, the energy of that person, and then how do you stabilize and embody that person from now on in. Now, I've had clients that can do that within 4 or 5 weeks. I've had other clients where it does take longer because there's more to release, there's more to understand. But by answering this question, you can start to get there quicker because you can start to act as them first. Don't wait to become that person. Take the action from today that starts your brain rewiring as that person. Now, don't forget, you can download the Pulse method for free. It'll be available in the bio and the comments. Like and subscribe for more. I hope you found these questions useful. Let me know how you got on. Let me know if you've got any questions on this in the comments. I'm here to help. Really rooting for you. Looking forward to sharing more in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with a friend if that helps them. Have an awesome day.